Hello and welcome to School of Cardistry. My name is Jaspas and today I'm going to be teaching you the Riffle Shuffle. The Riffle Shuffle actually has been taught on School of Cardistry before. In the previous version of the tutorial, which you can find by clicking on the link up here, we aspired to create a tutorial that was as quick, as fast and as to the point as possible. Now this style of cardistry tutorials is not for everybody, so we've decided now, today, 5 years after the original Riffle Shuffle, is the perfect time for us to create a more in-depth Riffle Shuffle tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are not only going to be covering the basics of the Riffle Shuffle, but also tips and tricks to ensure that your Riffle Shuffle not only looks good, but also sounds good. Hopefully this tutorial makes it easy for all of you guys to pick up the Riffle Shuffle on your first try. Now, without further ado, go pick up your favorite deck of playing cards and let's get down to learning the Riffle Shuffle. Riffle Shuffle. To do the Riffle Shuffle, first begin by separating the deck into two halves, half in each of your hands, like so. Next, using these three fingers, the middle finger, the ring finger and the pinky, you want to grip the bottom of the deck like this. Using your index finger, you're going to press against the top of the deck, like so. Now you're going to shift your thumb position so that it is near the corner of the cards, like this. Many beginners make the mistake of trying to do the Riffle Shuffle using their thumbs in the middle of the top of the cards, like this. That creates a very noisy Riffle Shuffle. It doesn't sound good. Instead of that, shift your thumb from the middle of the top of the cards to the edges of the top of the cards, like so. Rotate both packets so that the faces of the cards face downwards. Next, both hands are going to approach each other, and instead of riffle shuffling it so that the cards align like this in a straight line at the top and the bottom, what you want to do is instead rotate it just a little bit inwards, like so. This makes it much more comfortable for you to execute the Riffle Shuffle. Bend the cards upwards and let the cards fall one by one by moving your thumb upwards. Do this in both hands. Notice how only the corners are weaved at the beginning. To continue the move, using your middle, ring and pinky, press against the sides of the cards to insert them into each other. Rotate it face down and using your thumb, press on the top middle part of the two packets of cards. Bend the cards upwards and let them fall naturally. If you find that the cards don't seem to want to go down, it means that you're pressing the cards together too much. Loosen up your grip and the cards will fall naturally. Some of you guys may have the problem of the cards sounding bad as they fall. Like that. If that is the case, here's the one tip that will greatly improve your Riffle Shuffle sound. When you break the deck into two halves like so, before beginning to do the Riffle Shuffle action, make sure that the deck is neat and tidy. You want the cards to be flush on this side as well as this side for both packets of cards. To do so, you can simply use your middle and ring finger at the top of the deck as well as the thumb at the bottom in conjunction with the pinky and index finger to square up the deck in your hands. This will allow you to create a much smoother sounding riffle. There is a chance you have the sound of the cards being like this, and that doesn't sound satisfying. To remedy this problem, all you have to do is ensure that you don't push the cards too far into each other. This is what the cards sound like when we barely push them together. Look at how much overlap there is. Just a little bit. Nice, smooth, high-pitched sound, as opposed to this one where I push the cards way too far deep into each other like this and try to do a bridge. Not satisfying at all. Here's one final tip to ensure that your Riffle Shuffle both sounds and looks good. When most people do the Riffle Shuffle, what they're gonna do is hold the deck in one hand, they're gonna split it up like this, and then they're gonna try to clip it and rotate it and do this thing right here, and then finally they'll go and then like that. It's very clunky and it's not very elegant. To improve the way your Riffle Shuffle is presented, you can learn my way of splitting the packet into two halves, like so. I first begin with these three fingers at the top and the pinky on the side, the thumb at the bottom. Using my index finger, I'm gonna lift up half the deck and split it off to the side. Now, my other hand's thumb approaches the bottom of the deck as I let go of it with the index finger and split it into two halves, like so. It sounds very complicated, but actually it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is put in maybe 5 minutes of work and you should be able to get it to feel a little bit more natural. Once you've got that down, combine all the other tips I've given you. Split the deck cleanly, square the deck with your fingers, thumb shifts to the top here, gently let the cards fall like so, via the corner first, push the cards together but not too deep, thumb on top, let the cards fall, and it should sound really clean. And there you have it, that was the Riffle Shuffle tutorial. Real easy, right? Hopefully most of you guys managed to pick it up on your first try. And for those of you who didn't manage to pick it up on your first try, give it 5 to 10 minutes. I'm sure that you too will be able to do it. If you found the Riffle Shuffle too easy, then please do check out our other cardistry tutorials on the channel. As of today, we have over 100 tutorials and most of them have the history and the prerequisites required to learn the moves smoothly, all contained within the video itself. So that should make it real easy for you guys to pick up some new moves. Lastly, before we go, shouts to the patrons. Thank you guys very much for supporting us, helping us keep our lights on and our air conditions cold. I really enjoyed our movie night together earlier this month when we were watching the God of Gamblers. Some real good cardistry right there. If you're not a patron and are considering supporting us on Patreon, please do check it out. We'll put a link in the description. There's exclusive tutorials as well as early access to playing cards and a dedicated Telegram group for us to converse. Alright guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Please stay safe and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.